Hi, I'm Kennedy Rue. Each year in the United States, about 700 people die during pregnancy or the year after. Another 50,000 each year have unexpected outcomes with labor and delivery, ending in either serious or short-term health consequences. Black women are the most vulnerable, many suffering at the hands of hospitals, proper medical care, and postpartum treatment. I'm here with Tanya Lewis Lee to discuss the alarming state of Black maternal health care in America and what Black women can do to advocate for themselves. Your house is beautiful, by the way. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm Tonya Lewis Lee. I'm a writer, producer, director, and an entrepreneur. I started out as a lawyer. When I went to law school, I was thinking that I would be a civil rights lawyer. I did work with Human Rights Watch. I worked with the NAACP Legal Defense Fund because I really thought I could help people, specifically African American people, my people, in some way. But I always had a desire to be artistic. I wanted to work in television. I wanted to work in film, but I didn't know how to do that. I got married, I had young children, and I was looking at how they were experiencing the world as Black children. Literally seeing my children look at their skin and try to understand who they were in a world of a white supremacist world. And so I started writing children's books. Please baby please, please puppy please. And then I wanted to get into producing because I know that the way you change hearts and minds is through storytelling. When you can humanize a story, that is how you get people to really understand what people are experiencing.
Can you discuss the current state of Black maternal health care in this country?
The state of Black maternal health in the United States is in a crisis, quite frankly. And it's especially urgent for Black and brown women, indigenous women. The United States is the most dangerous place in the industrialized world to give birth. We have the highest infant mortality rates of any industrialized nation in the world. And Black women die at 3 to 4 times the rate that white women do. The new statistic that just came out, it was that 60% of these deaths were preventable, but just recently it came out that 85% of these deaths are preventable. And so I'm also on the board of March of Dimes, and we just recently put out a report about the maternal health care provider deserts out there. So rural communities, some urban communities where there are no health care providers.
Black women are more susceptible to have high-risk complications during the birthing process. Why is that?
What I see as I looked at it in making my film, I think that we intervene too soon. I think there's an over-medicalization of birth, number one, in general. Yes. So most OBs have not seen a natural physiological birth without any intervention at all. And they'll tell you that, because usually by the time you get to the hospital, you're probably going to be induced. Something's going to happen. They're going to give you some sort of medication to get you going.
There's some sort of medical intervention.
Exactly. And so you do too much too soon, which then causes other complications down the line. Then there's the flip side, where it's too little too late. So after you give birth, you're showing symptoms of something. Oh, you're fine, just rest, you'll be okay. Oh, you don't know your body, you don't know your pain. And then something happens and it's too late. Systemically, the way we set up the birthing process, the industry of birthing in the United States, sets us up for failure. Because midwifery has been around since the time of ancient, but all the other industrialized nations have midwifery care integrated into their healthcare system.
People who don't know, what is a doula, what is a midwife, and what is their role in the birthing process?
Yeah, such a great question. First of all, midwives are clinicians. They can do everything a doctor can do except for surgery. Obstetricians, gynecologists, they are surgeons. Doulas are more of an advocate, so they can get you what you need. They can speak up for you when you're in need, and because when you're birthing, you shouldn't be having to advocate for yourself, and that's really the role of a doula. And the combination together can be amazing, along with the doctor. If there are complications and you do need something, I think it's the dream trifecta for a birthing person. The reason why midwifery and doula care is really good for Black women, as Helena Grant in our film says, is because it's inherently anti-traumatic care. I think what happens often in hospitals, especially for those patients who don't have the resources, we become the guinea pigs for the residents. And so what happens is, unfortunately, the people who have the least resources are treated by the people who have the least experience because they're learning.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand that people have to learn, but when you have a resident, you know, that's working on you, this person is learning on you in real time.
Yeah.
And sometimes we see poor outcomes from that.
So your film Aftershock is making waves across the community. Talk to me about the women you highlighted in the film and why their stories are so important.
Yeah, Amber Rose Isaac, Shamani Benton Gibson. Amazing women that should still be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shamani passed away in October 2019. Amber Rose Isaac passed away in April 2020. Both beautiful, vibrant women. They had partners. Shamani had another child. She had a daughter, a mother, a sister, community. Amber was a graduate student who wanted to teach young people to heal through art. She had family and friends and a community. Beautiful women who were healthy and who were seeking out prenatal care throughout their pregnancies. In Shamani's case, she went through her pregnancy, had her labor, gave birth to her son Kari, yes, through a C-section, and then began experiencing symptoms of a pulmonary embolism. They called the doctor, they called the hospital, giving them the symptoms, and they were told, oh, just have her rest, relax, which was the worst thing they could have told her.
Right.
And then when she did go into distress, they did call the paramedics, who delayed care because they kept asking, is she on drugs? And so Shamani passed away 13 days after giving birth to her son, Kari. In Amber's case, she was experiencing symptoms of HELLP syndrome, went to her doctor. Her doctor sort of ignored her symptoms, told her she could go to work, she should be fine. In fact, it was in her records that her platelet levels were dropping. It wasn't until her partner, Bruce, suggested that they find a midwife or a doula to help them to change the care that they were getting. The midwife had to see the records. She saw the records and said, I can't treat you. You need to go to the hospital right away. And they gave her an emergency C-section, and she died there on the table because she had no clotting in her blood. Again, a preventable death that could have happened. Her son Elias is living. He's a beautiful, beautiful baby that Bruce is raising along with Amber's mother, Renita.
So racial disparities are what we were talking about. We could even say medical racism is comprehensive and systemic at its core. What do we need to do to ensure that Black women are getting the care that they need?
So you want to address who's having babies right now, and then we want to address how we can fix it for the future, right? And I say that because I think about the pipeline of healthcare providers that we need. We need more Black OBs, we need more Black midwives, we need more doulas, we need them to be covered, we need people to be able to pay for them through insurance, through Medicaid. We need these things, and so we need people who are working on bringing this pipeline of workers along, working in legislation to make laws so that their care is covered by insurance.
Absolutely. What advice do you have to give to Black women getting ready to embark on their pregnancy journey?
It's an amazing time in a woman's life, in a family's life, to be pregnant, to be bringing forth a life. You should not be afraid. Your body was made to do this. We've been doing this since the times of ancient. This isn't new. It's not new.
Right, right.
We've been doing it. You'll know what to do. And I would say make sure you get the right support system for yourself. Again, find the right healthcare provider. Go shopping for the right person. Take the time. And find the person that listens to you, that honors you, that respects you, so that you can have the safe, dignified birth that you deserve.